Hello! So, this is iteration 6 of my Shield of Olympus. Not much has changed cosmetically. Honestly, I haven't adjusted the shield since the last iteration. I've mainly been looking into what I would do material-wise for mass producing, which I'll get to in a second. But first I wanted to talk about my working process when it came to actually making the shield. So my working process is mainly based off of experimentation. So I come up with a design, and then I kind of start thinking about what materials I can use that would really work. I went through a couple ones building the Shield of Olympus before I realized that yarn would work really well. So when I get frustrated, I got real frustrated with this in the beginning, mainly because when I was wrapping the yarn, I figured out a way how to do it a lot better to achieve the look that I wanted about into like iteration 3? No, 2. 2 or 3. That was when it started to look a lot better. I was able to figure out how I should have wrapped the yarn in the first place. So I was a little bit frustrated with that, but when I was originally wrapping it, I would get very frustrated, so I took a break, went away, came back at it with fresh eyes, and then I was able to come up with new ideas. When making the shield, like I said, it was a constant trial and error. Obviously the yarn, there's multiple ways you can wrap it. I figured out multiple ways. Some of them worked, some of them did not. But yeah, when I was working on it, I was constantly thinking of ways that I can improve it further. Obviously, I was able to improve it further, whether it be with the materials or the looks or the symbols in general, like and especially based off of my premise, which is protection. Before I began designing the shield, I looked up like ancient Greek shields. The Shield of Olympus is completely my original design. So as far as its looks and the meaning behind it and everything that's on it, it's completely unique in that aspect. So when I was drawing the evil eye on the back of the shield, I came to a realization. I was like, how can I further display the premise of protection? And that was when I came up with the concept of putting LED lights onto the shield to help portray that sense of protection through having various colors represent different modes. So the green being the healing, the purple being kind of the neutral, and then the gold being the when an item is near. So I focused on that primarily. Yeah, even through cutting a hole through the back for the Pythos symbol, that kind of helped drive it home. But in terms of mass production for the toy, I began to think of ways that I could make the shield sturdy in that aspect. I wanted it to be, I didn't want it to break easily, I don't want it to be flimsy, I want it to be something that'll last for a while, because obviously people, if they use it for a costume, they want something that's durable, it's not going to break as soon as they try and use it. So the first thing that kind of crossed my mind was molds. So I've seen people do like resin molds and they're able to get a lot of detail within it, so I thought, oh, that's a good idea. Someone actually suggested me that I check out the polyethylene injection molding, and when I looked at it and exactly what it all entails, I thought, oh, this is perfect, because I can get the general outline and shape of the shield and then also get the full functionality of it. So I can put two pieces together, mold them, and then I'd have the empty inner of the shield to attribute for the storage aspect that I wanted. Through making the mold, I could get all the details, the laurel, kind of all these spikes. So the one thing I would change, the spikes were originally intended to be studs, but I could not find studs that served the exact same purpose as these spikes. So for the physical toy, spikes, but if I were to mass produce it, it would be studs, the rounded ones, so the way it's not like dangerous and it won't like poke anybody. But yeah, through doing the polyethylene mold, I would be able to do a front half and then a back half, and mold it together. Through having the design of the laurel and then even having the symbols, like having a select position in the mold itself would allow me to go in and just use like some paint or even some spray paint or some type of thing, and then run it over with like epoxy to help seal it so the way it's weatherproof would be good as well. As far as the arm holds, I would also do a similar mold, but I would probably I would fix it onto the shield itself, so either through some type of glue or some type of like strength adhesive, and then on the inside it would already have the dome shape. So what I would do is I would put like some type of felt material like I did on the inside of here, so that way it doesn't it's comfortable and that it doesn't like itch or anything like that, because I think that would be a really good idea. I would keep the LED lights. I know with obviously there's a lot of toys now that have lights fastened within them. I would make them battery powered. I would probably put the battery pack itself within the shield on the inside from where the flap is, so the way the user could turn it on and off and then replace the batteries as need be. And then I'd probably design it to where it has the 3 different colors, so there would be like a switch or something, to where you could just like move it and it'll change the color of the shield according to how you want it to look. But yeah, that's basically kind of my working process when it came to the shield. I really wanted it to stand out and be unique compared to other Greek shields. I really wanted it to be something like you would see in Greek mythology, you would hear about in Greek mythology. I want it to be legendary. I want it to be unique. I want it to be creative. And I feel like I achieved that because I'm very proud of my shield design and how it turned out. But yeah, that's my whole process when it comes to designing and creating. And again, this is iteration 6 of the Shield of Olympus. Thank you.